Good day, chemist in Japan de gozaimasu. Well, coming to you from the lab today. Um, I upgraded my iPhone to iOS 4 today. Although since I have a 3G, I haven't really noticed much difference other than a few aesthetic things, and I think it runs a little bit faster now. Can't quite be sure, but all of my friends, actually just about everybody I know, has a 3GS, and so they get more of the benefits out of it. I've been trying to tell myself that it's just a phone and I don't need a new one, even though I've had this one for 2 years. But I'm trying to convince myself not to buy a new one simply because, well, I don't really have the money for it. And if everything works out, then hopefully by the end of first quarter 2011, I'll be back in Japan and I'll have wasted the money that I could have just bought one in Japan. And anyway, that's not what this video is about. But that's what was on my mind. Anyway, so I was taking a Maymester class. For those of you that don't know what Maymester is a semester, a school semester that they have in May, where they squeeze down a 15 or 16-week semester normally into, this time it was 13 days. I've taken them where they vary anywhere between 12 and 16 days, but this one was 13, and it was sociology. And while sociology may be pertinent to, living in a foreign country, sociology is the kind of thing that I find interesting to talk about and to discuss, but not really take an exam over. It was a rather gruesome 13 days, in so much as the class was just, I didn't, all in all, I didn't particularly care for the teacher. I mean, she's a nice woman and all, but I didn't like how she ran the class at all. And it was kind of a pain spending 3 hours of my day in the morning doing that when I'd rather have been here in the lab working. So for that first 13 days, that's all I did was sociology, and it just about killed me. Um, at the same time, as I mentioned before, I tutor Japanese for the foreign language department. I started tutoring um, this group of students. This university offers an intensive summer course. It's 9 weeks long, and it covers a full year's worth of Japanese in just 9 weeks. The first 3.5 weeks are spent here on campus, and then the rest of the time is spent in Japan, experiencing it all natural, I guess, in the natural environment, immersion environment. But they still take classes and everything. And so I've tutored for a long time now, both chemistry and Japanese. And when I first started tutoring, I used to get attached to my students. I would, as I was tutoring them, I would be busy establishing a relationship with a person. You know, I didn't realize this in the beginning, but people who come for tutoring may be nice people, friendly people, personable people, but they're there for tutoring. And so while I was busy establishing a rapport, a relationship with these people, they were busy studying. And eventually, in the end, they would just leave me and never come back once they were done. And that kind of got to me at the beginning. Now, some people, like my former roommate, Nicole, who you may have seen in my other videos, she is one of the very few people who actually stuck around after she was done, and we became roommates, but now she's graduated, the woman, and gone away, pursuing other things. And but that's a rare case. Most people just come for tutoring and then never show up again. So I stopped trying to establish relationships with people. I basically was, a tutoring robot kind of sort of. Of course, I would be nice and polite and all that, but I stopped getting out of the habit of trying to form relationships with these people that I thought were nice and friendly. I just went about the business of tutoring them, and that was it. And that worked pretty well until this Japanese class. I don't know what it is particularly about this particular class, um, but they had a good dynamic, and I really liked being with them because they were really interested in learning. And and so for the first 3.5 weeks, while I was doing this horrible sociology thing, I was tutoring them every day and helping them, and they were very curious, and they were interested in learning new things far beyond what their textbook had, and they were interested in knowing you know how to make their first experience in Japan a good one, and I hoped I was able to help them in that fashion. But you know when I started tutoring them for this class, um, I didn't realize that I was going to get attached to them and would want very much to go with them and have all of them had really not been before. Some of them had been there before, but not been there, if you know what I mean. Um, they didn't have Japanese language studying experience, um, most of them, but now they do, and I really wanted to go with them and help them try to have a good first experience. And unfortunately, my passport's expired, and I certainly couldn't afford the plane ticket. If I can't afford a new iPhone, I can't afford a plane ticket to Japan, obviously. Um, Plus, I had my work here to do, which I'm getting paid for, which is good. But yeah, I really wish I could be there with them. They're in Tokyo. Actually, they may be in Kyoto right now. I can't remember the schedule. But anyway, that was the first time in a while that I've actually become friendly, attached to any of the students that come for tutoring. Um, and many of them have promised that when they get back, they'll still come and study with me, because they still have to go all the way until the beginning of fall before they start their next semester of class Japanese. And I still have a whole summer full of tutoring students in first year. So that's just kind of what's been going on my mind lately. Um, I'm doing a massive amount of research. Um, Lots of it. It's up and down every day. I've been spending about anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a day here. In fact, last night or this morning, Sunday night, evening, all day I worked. I didn't go home until this morning, which is Monday morning. I didn't go home until after midnight. Then I came back, and it's just past 7 p.m. now, and I'm still here working. I'm gonna go home soon though. But it's been up and down. Um, I tried a new reaction yesterday that seems to have worked very well, and I'm hoping it's going to solve some of our problems, but I'm not sure. In other news, I downloaded the universities in Japan. They have an entrance exam. Many of them do, and they will post the previous year's exams. And so on the Kyoto University website for the for for the School of Science, they have actually I think chemistry specifically. Yeah, um, they have just all their past exams, um, entrance exams, and so I've been downloading them and trying to work them, and I'm finding that it's interesting, their idea of an entrance exam. Um, Seeing what they consider important for undergraduate education and what we consider important, sometimes does not always match up. Sometimes I think they go a bit deeper than what we have here at this school. So it's been interesting. I'll post a link if you're interested at all to just see what the exams look like. They're in PDF format and they're on their website. I'll post a link if you want to look at them. Other departments may do this too. I'm not sure, but anyway, I just felt I should make a video, pop my head out of the hole. Uh, Wait, that didn't sound right. Anyway, um, and let you know that I'm still alive. And I'm trying not to ignore people as much online as I was. Things aren't as crazy as they were, but they are still crazy. Anyway, I hope you're all well, and I will talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.